Welcome. This is Anonymous. So, today I wanted to talk with you guys about a subject that I'm truly passionate about, and that is reference versus preference. It's rarely ever discussed without a bias on one side or the other, so when it comes to getting the best possible picture you can get from your TV, is reference really the end-all be-all? Should you be expecting to pay $300 to $500 for a professional reference calibration? Well, that's a good question, because if you ask most people in the industry, they will tell you that you have to follow their standards. Otherwise, it's just plain wrong, no matter if it looks better or worse. See, that's the mindset that has always bothered me. I don't like arguments from authority. You're not right just because you say you're right while standing within a majority. In fact, it's quite often that the outliers are the ones who make the biggest advancements. They're constantly pushing the boundaries of the mainstream to help them try to think outside of the box. But anyways, by the end of this, I'm going to let you decide where you stand, because I believe that each and every one of you are capable of making that choice for yourself. So let's get started. First off, let's quickly talk about reference and what it is. Well, to put it simply, reference is adhering to a set of established standards. These include everything from white balance to a color correction. By matching your TV to these standards, you can ensure that you're seeing content exactly as the creator intended. However, consider this. If the average consumer thought that reference accuracy was indeed the most important thing, then don't you think that they would design their stored demos to use picture modes with that mindset? Well, instead they use vivid modes to try to attract buyers, which have more vibrant colors. And that way, they get you to buy the TV with the brighter colors. So then is it crazy to think that maybe people prefer a vibrant color look more than an accurate, albeit duller look? But let's dive deeper into that statement. Because today we find that many creators don't actually even follow their own standards. In fact, they're purposely manipulating their movies to help set a specific tone or mood. This is done by making stylistic changes to the videos. So let's look at some of these titles that do this. The first one we have is The Matrix. As you can see, The Matrix goes with an overly green look and palette to everything that they do to set the mood that they're going for. This is not a reference look. Then we have a movie like Aquaman, which understandably is very blue, going for the look and the mood that they're trying to achieve. And finally, we have Top Gun Maverick, which is overly red and warm and saturated. Once again, this is not a reference look. So then we have other creators which have developed a completely different approach on top of that. Have you ever noticed over the last couple decades that many shows have actually tended towards a more gray and a dull look? No matter what kind of story is being told, a sheen of cool blue or gray will wash over everything, muting the colors and providing an overall veneer of bleakness. So many TV shows and movies now have a dull filter applied to every scene, one that's not sharp, one that cuts away vibrancy and trends towards a boringness of sameness. Every frame's color scheme ends up feeling like the same as every other frame, and since there are countless videos using similar techniques, you end up with a library of videos that just look boring and dated, and they don't really stand out. So let's take the show Dexter, for example, from 2006. Let's see how Dexter looks and how they used to do it. Now, in 2021, let's look at the new Dexter Limited series on Netflix. As you can see, there's a stark difference between the vibrancy of old and the dullness of new. Alternatively, have you sat down to watch a movie in the daytime, and then you realize partway through that what you're watching is so dark that you can't even see it to continue? forcing you to either shut it down entirely, wasting your time, or you have to wait till later when you could get to a more pitch black environment to actually see what's going on. With all these problems, is it any wonder why many moviegoers are abandoning the reference director's intent, looking for a preference experience instead, so they can get away from the extremely dark, unwatchable scenes and dull muted colors? Especially considering that our TVs are so much more capable today than at any time ever before. In reality, the reference crowd isn't exactly truthful when they say not to manipulate or change the video, as I've shown. But they wind up doing it all the time. So the truth is, they just don't trust you to do it. So why continue putting up with these reference deficiencies when you could actually learn how to correct them for yourself? I can teach you how if you're willing to learn. We all have different eyes and tastes in picture quality, so let's customize for our own preferences, you know? Sounds pretty straightforward to me. What do you guys think? Do you stand with a one-size-fits-all reference or a customized preference? Well, that's it for now. If you guys want to talk more about it in detail, please join my Discord, linked in the video description below, where we will talk about everything from video to audio. I hope to see you guys there. Anonymous out.